All right.
All right, number 7. This is the original problem. It says negative y.
Hang on a second. Go ahead.
Negative y minus 10 equals 6x. And 5x plus y equals negative 10.
Okay, guys, aren't we used to seeing it like x, then the y term, then the number, right? Okay, do you see how the top one's not like that? Does everybody see that? Everybody with me? All right. Guys, how can I take the y term over here? What can I do? Can I add y to both sides? Yeah? Okay, so I could do this. Can I add y to both sides so that I have this? Is everybody good? Is everybody good with that? Okay, now, can I just put the 6x plus y equals negative 10? Can I just flip them? So it looks like this? Guys, your computer, we're done with our computers. You can close them. Can I just flip this so it looks like this? I just switch sides with everything. Right? So now I can do what? 6x plus y equals negative 10. Is everybody with me? Okay, you see how you have one y and one y, both are positive, right? Does everybody agree that there's a 1 here and a here? Does everybody agree with that? How can I make one of them a negative? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, guys, does it matter which one I multiply by negative 1? The top or bottom equation? It doesn't matter. Okay? Which one you want to do?
Just the top.
Okay, let's multiply the top, guys. Find a place to work if you haven't done it yet. We're going to multiply that top one by negative 1. It's just going to change all the signs. Right? When you multiply by negative 1, it's just going to change all the signs. So what does 5x turn to, guys? Negative 5x. What does the 1y turn to? Negative y. What's the negative 10 turn to? Okay, we didn't change the bottom one. There we go. Okay, what do I do now? What's negative 5 plus 6? What do you think, Ellen? 1x. My y's do what, guys? Cancel. What's 10 plus a negative 10? So what's x equal, guys? There we go. 0. Okay, so this one's gone. We renamed that one. Okay, now, which one do you want to plug in 0 for? This one right here?
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to go 6x plus y. I like that too because it's a positive y there, right? Okay, put 0 for x. Okay, so it's 6 times 0 plus y equals negative 10. Guys, what's 6 times 0?
0.
What's y? There's our solution. There's our solution. What other one do you guys want to go over? Guys, what other ones do you want to see? Number 11? Can I see, somebody want to tell me the...
11x.
11, so 11x
Minus 20y.
minus 20y
Yeah. Equals 28.
28. Okay?
And then 3x plus 4y equals 36.
Okay. Guys, does 3 go into 11? Not evenly, does it? Does 4 go into 20? That's what I want to work with. Okay, so I got negative 20y on top. What do I want to turn the 4y into in the bottom to cancel them out? No, I'm not saying what am I multiplying by. What do I want to turn it into? What do I want to turn this into so they cancel out? 20y, right? What am I going to multiply 4 by to get to 20, guys? 5. So I want to multiply everything by 5. Okay? Do that really quick. Find a spot to work. Find a spot to work, please, and do it. I'm not going to change my top equation. Just bring it over. Not messing with that. Maya, do your work on your own. Okay, what's the 5? Distribute the 5 here for me. Alex, can you do that for me?
Yep.
What'd you get?
15x plus 21.
And what's 36 times 5? What is that?
Oh, I didn't give him a calculator, so he's at a disadvantage. He asked for one.
Yeah.
You better put some calculators on the Christmas list.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's combine like terms here.
Good stuff.
All right, Jeff, go. Right here. What are my x's add up to?
Negative 4. Oh yeah, add up to 26
26 what?
x.
What happens to my y's?
Add up to 0.
Cancel, right? And then what's 28 plus 180?
It is 208.
Okay, now what do we do? Diana, what do we do now?
Divide 26.
Divide by 26 on both sides. And what's x?
0.8.
No.
8.
Everybody okay with 8? Lindsay, what do I do now? We got x equals 8. I need to get y. What do you want to do?
Plug that in.
Okay, I choose one of these two right here in the blue. Top one? All right. So we got 11x minus 20y equals 28. Go ahead. Tell me what to do. What are we plugging in?
The 8
4.
for the x.
So instead of 11 times x, it's 11 times 8, right? Okay, go.
$88
88 minus 20y Okay, keep going, Lance. What do you do now?
You subtract 28 on both sides.
I would subtract 88 to get y by itself. What's 28 minus 88?
Negative 60.
Okay, keep going.
Divide by negative 20 both sides.
And what'd you get?
I got a decimal.
Negative 60 divided by, I think you put negative 20 in first. Negative 60 divided by negative 20 is 3. So what's my answer as an ordered pair?
8 and 3.
8, 3. Okay.
Good deal. All right. I just hand out the guided notes. The answer keys are still out.
Okay, thank you.
But I think everything else
We
is
can
taken
answer
care of.
Maya, 'cause she didn't get one.
Guys, answer keys.
Oh, did you guys get guided notes? All right. Hey, what I just handed out is guided notes. For that, we just kind of finish up this section. We'll review tomorrow. We're just going to put everything together. We're just going to kind of go do an in-class review tomorrow, and then you have that final quiz. I think it's 48 points on Wednesday. No, Friday. What am I thinking? Today's Wednesday. Hey, a lot of you got it or are really close. Okay, just a couple things we got to go over. And you got to understand there is, and like this is what we'll hit tomorrow. There's, substitution, and then there's elimination. They're different, okay, and they both can be used. Sometimes we'll just give you the option. Say, hey, you pick. You do whatever you want. Sometimes we'll say, hey, you got to do one specific way. This goes through basically the same thing as yesterday. List those steps for an elimination. I like elimination personally, but it doesn't mean it's what's going to work for all problems or what you like. What does it mean? Or what's the general idea for elimination? Okay, what are you trying to do in that first step? Anybody kind of summarize it? Zach wasn't here. He needs a little bit of guidance. Diana.
And one of the numbers is like 0.
We're going to get one of the variables that add up to 0. Okay. So an easy case, and I'm just going to throw this out here for Zach and whoever else wasn't here. Maddie wasn't here yesterday. If I got this isn't on your notes, just pay attention. If I got something that says 3x minus 4y, I'm making this up so it might not work out perfect, equals negative 10, and then I got 2x plus 4y equals 25. As you look at those two, what would happen, Zach, if I just added them straight down? What would I get?
5x plus 0.
You get a 0. That adds up to 0, right? That's a good thing. So that's gone. We don't even write it. What do I get on the other side?
15.
15. Can I figure out what x is? Yeah, just divide by what?
5.
Just divide by 5, and then I'll go back and figure out what y is. But if it works out where you got a negative and a positive right lined up, hey, we're golden. Now, unfortunately, they don't all work that way. Okay, they don't all work that way. So what if, just again, not on your guys' notes, we're just not going to go through the whole thing, but I just want to hit this again. What if I got 4x minus 5y equals 8, and then I got 2x plus 7y equals 18. Can you add and get a 0? No. So don't add them. All right, so how do you make it? You can make it go to 0. That's your job at this point. Gavin.
You can, if you wanted to change the action, you could multiply the top one by 2 and the bottom one by 4.
Okay, he's going way above and beyond, which I like. You're gonna make it slightly harder than you need to. He said 2 times 4 is 8 and 4 times 2 is 8, right? You're close. I mean, I can do it simpler. We can do it in one move. Okay, we can do it in one move. All right, Alex?
You just multiply the bottom 2 by 2.
Yeah, 2 times 2 is 4. Now, here's one little thing you got to watch. We always want one to be negative and one to be positive. So I'd multiply it by -2. So you're just paying attention here. So I'm going to multiply the whole thing by -2. And then this one also by -2. Now, this one isn't going to work out nice. But the first top equation doesn't move, stays the same. And then when I multiply by -2, I get -4x minus 14y equals -2 times 36 is -2 times 18 is -36. Hey, now does 4x minus 4x add up to 0? So we're good. We're good. That's the goal, elimination. Sometimes it works out perfect. I don't need to do anything. Sometimes I got to do a little work. All right, so let's go to this case here. That's the first one you got, right? So you got to say, all right, will it add up to 0? No. All right, now we added a little bit of extra layer here. I don't think I can get away with just multiplying one equation by one number. I think I'm going to have to multiply both equations.
You multiply the top by 4 and the bottom by -5.
Okay, 4, actually just 4, and this one can stay +5. You do the right numbers. All right, so right there. Did you hear that? All right, so I'm going to, now for me, I'm going to write it underneath because I got this thing here just to help me out. So I got 2x plus 5y equals 26. And I got -3x minus 4y equals -25. So to get the y's to add up to 0, she said, all right, let's multiply this one. And I'm just going to put the whole thing in parentheses and multiply it by 4. Let me do this. And then put a 4 here. And I'm going to multiply this one by 5. And we'll multiply that one by 5. And I like to always put an arrow and go to the right for me. Works out. As you write a little bit small.
Did you guys see what we're set up to cancel out? Are we set up to cancel out X's or Y's here?
Jeff, what's going to add up to 0?
The Y's.
Yes, the y is going to add up to 0.
Would it be easier to do X?
Would it be easier? I think it'd be equivalent. Now, your point is, if you started this and you solved and you did for the x's, you're both right. You're both right. It's just what people see.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if I see the y's, then I'm going to do the y's because as long as I get the right answer, I don't care. If you see the x's, now in this case, you both have to multiply them by numbers. So I don't say one is easier than the other. Ellie?
How did you get 4 and 5?
Okay, how did we get 4 and 5? Abby, can you tell us how you got 4 and 5? I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it just comes to you.
Because 5 times 4 equals 20 and 4 times 5 equals 20.
So basically you say, all right, what do these both numbers go into? They both go into 20. Here's a little trick. If you use whatever the numbers are there, that will always work, just the opposite. So if I use a 5 on the bottom one and a 4 on the top one, you got to watch the signs. That will always work. There might be smaller numbers, but that will always work. And basically take a look, what will they both go into? 5 and 4 both go into 20. This is why we're multiplication facts. If you know your multiplication facts, makes things a little bit easier. Okay? But I know those will give me 20. All right, when I multiply, what do I get? I got to quit talking and doing some math. 8x, 4 times 5 is plus 20y. 4 times 26, don't forget that 26. What is that? Is that 104? Is it 104? Give me that head next thing. All right. 5 times negative. All right, tell me what to write on the bottom. Why am I doing the work?
You're working too hard now.
Working too hard. Maddie, what do I get at the bottom?
-15. Minus
X, is there an X there?
X.
Okay.
Minus 20y equals -100.
Equals negative what?
100.
Ooh, I don't know.
No, 125.
125, there we go. And now some of you figured this out when you were checking your work and I was going around here. Like you make a little mistake, then it blows the whole thing up. Okay? Like if you miss a negative, then the next piece is wrong. So you just really got to double check everything. Doesn't mean you don't know what you're doing, but like that little mistake of boom, then you start getting these nasty decimals. All right, what happens when I add? Okay, you're adding. Alex.
-7x, and then you cancel out the y's.
Yep, they add up to 0. Okay.
And then you add the 104 and negative 125 and negative 21.
When I'm doing this, I'm putting this in my calculator. 104 minus 125, just like it looks. You said it's negative 21. Okay. And so now divide by, now here's again where people, if you had a negative or you forgot to write it down, then things go crazy. Divide by negative 7, and negative 21 divided by negative 7 is positive 3. Okay, we agree with that? And so now I plug in. Which equation, Diana, do you want to plug it into?
First one.
First one, it's just number 1. So 2x plus 5y equals 26. X equals 3. So that becomes 2 times 3 plus 5y equals 26. 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract 6. 5y equals 20. Divided by 5. Divided by 5. Y equals 4.
You guys, you always want to plug into one of the original equations. They're smaller numbers, a little easier to work with.
Yeah, because theoretically you could plug in the other ones, but I would go with the original. Okay. There is a possibility of getting decimals. That does happen at times. But since we're learning this, most things have been set up so they work out nice. So if you do end up with some crazy decimal, that's where you definitely go to Desmos. You go there anyway, but at least I will give you an idea. Well, hey, maybe you're right or maybe you're wrong. All right. Let me do something real quick over here. Lucas said, what about the X's? Okay. And don't change anything and don't write this down. Just pay attention. What if he said, all right, Abby got the Y's. Worked perfect. We got the answer. He said, I saw in his mind the X's came first. What can we multiply by to get rid of the X's? Okay, think about that. What can I multiply by to get rid of the X's?
You could multiply the top one by 3 and then the bottom one by 2.
Yep, just 3 and 2. And like I said, just pay attention. You don't even need to write it down because that gives me 6x plus 15y equals 3 times 26, 78, I'm hoping. Negative 6x minus 8y equals negative 50. When I add those together, I get 7y equals 28. Divide by 7, I get y equals 4. All right, what's the big difference? Instead of solving for the x first, what did I solve for first? The y. Did I get the same answer? Was y equal to 4? Yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But whatever kind of clicks in your head, go with it. So that's like if you're comparing your work with somebody, not copying, comparing, it might not always look the same. All right, look at B. Look at B. You got negative 5x plus 2y equals 32. 2x plus 3y equals 7. Everybody right now, you got to mentally say, all right, how can I get rid of a variable? Do I need to multiply both equations by a number or one equation by a number? Or can I just add them? Well, you just can't add them. Did you have something, Ellie?
Yeah, I was going to say the answer by non-pass answer.
Go ahead. Yep. What do you think?
Do the top one by 2 and then the bottom one by negative 5 multiplied.
All right, watch your signs. Is this a negative already? And that's a positive? So I don't need to change. So the top one I agree with by 2, but go ahead and just the bottom one, just keep it a regular 5.
Oh, yeah.
So I agree with Ellie. So I got negative 5x plus 2y equals 32. I got 2x plus 3y equals 10. She said multiply the top one by 2, the bottom one now by 5. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the right. All right, tell me what to write. All right, I'm going to look at the first one, think about what it is, or write it down. And like stick with me. If you get ahead and you start getting something off, then you're just going to have to erase. All right, Addie, Barrios, what do you think for the top one? What am I going to write?
It'd be negative 10 plus.
Whoa, you guys got to tell me X's and Y's. Even I mean, you might think of that, but when you're relaying the information to somebody, like somebody else did that earlier, just make sure you say that.
Yeah, so negative 10x
Okay.
plus 4.
Plus what?
plus 4y
Thank you.
equals 64.
Equals 64. Agree? Disagree? I think it's right. All right. How about the bottom one? All right. Take a second if you're still working there. Take a second on the bottom one. Ryan, what about the bottom one?
10x minus plus 15y equals, equals 150.
Woo! 150. I don't know about that one. 50. That sounds better. Equals 50. All right, now, Jeff, what am I doing now?
Distribute add the 4 and the 15.
Okay, because what happens to the negative 10 and the 10?
They cancel out.
Cancel out good. So what's 4 plus 15?
19.
19 what?
Y.
19y. And then you can use your calculator.
114.
114. Now here's where you kind of got to cross your fingers because like this is something like you don't recognize. Like, will 19 go into that evenly? Like we definitely hope it will, but I don't know off the top of my head. Divide by 19.
6.
So, all right, that makes me feel good when I get a whole number. So I get y equals 6. Am I done?
No.
Absolutely not. So we got to plug that back into one of the equations. I'm going to pick the bottom one. And I got y equals 6. If you pick the top one, we got to get the same answer. Got to get the same answer. So you get 2x plus 18 equals 10. Subtract 18. 2x equals negative 8. Divide by 2. Negative 4. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you eliminate the x's. It doesn't matter whether you eliminate the y's. You just got to do that. Just one of them. All right, we're gonna set up the next one. Okay, I don't know if we're gonna get all the way through, but we'll set it up. Okay. So you got some maple cream sticks and you got some glazed donuts. Okay. And we got to come up with 2 equations. So Trent buys maple cream sticks, 3 of them, and 4 glazed donuts for $6.75. Zach buys 5 maple cream sticks and 2 glazed donuts for $7.75. We can figure out the cost of one. Give me some variables. What do we don't always have to use X and Y. Let's use something different. What can I use? What variable for my maple cream sticks? M? Okay. M is for the cream sticks because they're maple. And then glazed donuts, let's use D for donuts.
Is the homework on the slide?
I got it on mine. Huh?
Is it on the one you sent? You think?
It might not be. Might not be here. Here, let me do this. I'll freeze that one over there,
Okay, thanks.
and you can get that down.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so we got to come up with the equation. So 3 cream sticks. So that's going to be 3M plus 4D equals 675. 675. Agree? Zach Abbott. What's going to be my next equation?
It's gonna be 4. Okay, 4.
Where are you getting that from?
3.
We just did that one. We did the first one already.
Oh. 5M
Okay?
plus 2D
Okay.
equals
775.
775.
Now, other than the fact that you got like money here, is this any different than the other 2 up above? No. All right. Now, here's what you're gonna do. Since we didn't get done with that, we're gonna take off number 18. You don't have to do number 18. Finish do your best to finish the one on the worksheet. Okay? So do that one and then do 10 and then 12 through 15. 10, 12, 13, 14. 5 problems plus the cream stick, the donut one. 5 problems plus the donut one. We'll review tomorrow. Quiz on Friday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hey, even though you maybe put your stuff away, just real quick, I'm gonna at least tell you what equation can I and by what number can I multiply by the simplest one? What do you got, Ryan? What's that? For by which one? Yes, if you multiply the bottom one, it needs to be a -2 because that's a +4. You can get away with just multiplying one of them. All right, you guys have a great day.
Thanks.
I shall. There you go.